My girlfriend's male best friend blurted out, "You're not good enough for her. She deserves better." I replied, "That's your opinion." He sneered, "It's a fact." I said, "Then she can date you." "Oh wait, she turned you down twice." His shocked face. When my girlfriend confirmed it and said, "He's right, you did," made everyone realize. I, 27 male, just dropped a bomb at my girlfriend's birthday party that made her best friend go completely silent for the first time in 2 years. Still processing everything that went down. My girlfriend, 26, and I have been together for 2 years. Met through a mutual hobby group, clicked immediately, moved in together after a year. Solid relationship, or so I thought until her best friend entered the picture regularly. Her best friend, 28, has known her since college. They were roommates sophomore year, stayed close after graduation. When we first started dating, he was cordial, polite, normal. Then about 6 months in, something shifted. It started small. Comments about my job. I'm a graphic designer at a mid-size agency. "Oh, still doing the freelance thing?" When I'd literally just told everyone about my promotion. "That's cute," when I mentioned a project I was proud of. My girlfriend would laugh it off. "He's just like that. Sarcastic sense of humor. Don't take it personally." But it kept escalating. He'd forget to invite me to group hangouts, show up at our apartment unannounced and act surprised I was there, make comments about how my girlfriend used to date guys who were more ambitious. The breaking point happened 3 weeks ago at her birthday dinner. Small gathering, her parents, her sister, her best friend, and 3 other college friends of hers I'd gotten to know. We're at this nice restaurant, conversation flowing, when her best friend starts in. "So, when are you finally going to get a real career?" he asked me, loud enough for the table to hear. I looked up from my menu. "I have a career. I'm a senior designer at..." "Yeah, but like, when are you going to do something that actually matters? My girlfriend works in finance, makes 6 figures. That's a real career." My girlfriend touched my arm. "Hey, that's not cool." He waved her off. "I'm just saying, she deserves someone on her level, someone who can actually provide." I felt my jaw tighten, but kept my voice level. "That's your opinion." He leaned back, smirking. "It's not an opinion. It's a fact. You're not good enough for her. She deserves better." The table went quiet. Her mom looked uncomfortable. Her sister was staring at her plate. Something in me just snapped, not into anger, into clarity. "Then she can date you," I said calmly. "Oh, wait. She turned you down twice." His face went white, then red. "What are you..." I looked at my girlfriend. "He did ask you out twice, right? Once sophomore year and once right after graduation?" Everyone at the table turned to look at her. She'd gone pale, eyes wide. How did you..." "You told me 6 months ago, when we were talking about how we met and you mentioned he'd tried to make it romantic, but you only saw him as a friend." Her best friend stood up so fast his chair scraped. That was different." "Different how?" I asked. "Different because you decided after 2 rejections that if you couldn't have her, you'd make sure anyone she dated felt inadequate." Her dad made a noise that might have been a suppressed laugh. My girlfriend was staring at her best friend. "Is that what this has been about? All the comments, the attitude toward him, No, I'm looking out for you. He's not good enough. You need someone who..." "Someone like you?" her sister cut in. "Dude, she said no, twice, move on." He looked around the table. No one was on his side. Her mom was giving him this disappointed look. Her other friends were suddenly very interested in their drinks. "You know what?" he said, grabbing his jacket. "Fine. When this relationship crashes and burns, don't come crying to me." He stormed out. Left his credit card at the table for his portion of the bill, which was almost funny given his comments about my financial situation. The dinner continued, but the energy was weird. My girlfriend kept apologizing. Her parents were overly nice to me, which felt like compensation. Her friends were giving me these sympathetic looks. We got home around 11 p.m. She was quiet the whole drive. "I'm sorry," she said as we walked in. "I had no idea I thought he was just being protective." "For 2 years? I know, I should have seen it. I should have said something." I sat down on the couch. "Did you know he was talking about me to other people?" She froze. "What?" "Your friend group. Has he been saying stuff about me when I'm not around?" Sometimes he'd make comments, but I thought, what kind of comments? She sat down, looking miserable. That you were holding me back. That I could do better. That you weren't... She took a breath. That you weren't serious about your career or our future. And you never told me. I thought he'd get over it. I thought once he saw how happy we are, he'd back off. I nodded slowly. Okay. Okay? Yeah, I need some time to think about this. That was 3 weeks ago. The fallout from the birthday dinner has been intense. My girlfriend's best friend didn't take the public rejection well. At all. First, he tried the apology route, texted my girlfriend the next day with this long message about how he came on too strong, but was just trying to protect her, and how he values their friendship too much to let a guy come between them. Notice how it's still somehow my fault in his version. She showed me the text. Asked what I thought. He didn't apologize to me, I pointed out. He apologized to you about me, like I'm not even a person in this situation. She stared at the message for a long moment, then blocked his number. That's when things escalated. Her other friends from college started reaching out. Turns out he'd been running a smear campaign for months. Group chat messages about how I was controlling because I didn't want to hang out with someone who openly hated me. How I was isolating her because we spent time together like couples do. How I was financially dependent on her. We split rent 50-50, but he apparently told people she was supporting me. One of her friends forwarded her the messages, screenshots dating back 8 months, just constant negativity about me, our relationship, my intentions. My girlfriend called me at work, crying. I can't believe I didn't see this. I can't believe I let him trash you to our friends for months. Did anyone push back? I asked. Her sister did, a few times, but he'd always frame it like he was just concerned, and everyone knows we've been close forever, so they believed him, or at least didn't question it enough. Her best friend tried a different approach when the blocking didn't work, started showing up places he knew we'd be, coffee shop we go to on Sundays, farmer's market we hit on Saturday mornings, even our apartment building lobby once. Each time he'd try to talk to her, ignore me completely, act like I wasn't standing right there. We need to talk, he said at the coffee shop. Alone. No, she said. We don't. You're really going to throw away 8 years of friendship over some guy? I'm throwing away a friendship with someone who's been lying to me and about my boyfriend for months. That's not friendship. He looked at me then. Really looked at me. The hatred was so clear. This is your fault, he said. You turned her against me. Nah, man, I replied. You did that yourself. He stepped closer. You think you've won? You think this is over? My girlfriend got between us. Stop, just stop. Leave us alone. Or what? Or I'll get a restraining order. I'm serious. This is harassment. He left, but the look he gave me said this wasn't done. 2 days later, my girlfriend got a call from her supervisor at work. Someone had sent an anonymous email to her company claiming she was having an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate. She isn't. And misusing company resources. She isn't. HR had to investigate. She had to sit through interviews, provide evidence of her work activities, prove she hadn't done anything wrong. It was humiliating and stressful. No proof it was her best friend. But the timing was suspicious. Then I started getting weird friend requests on social media, fake profiles with no photos, generic names. They'd send messages. Your girlfriend is cheating on you. She's using you. She talks about how boring you are. I blocked them, but they kept coming. My girlfriend's sister finally told us something that changed everything. He tried to kiss her, she said over dinner at our place. Last year, at her birthday party before you two went public. My girlfriend's face went slack. What? You don't remember? You'd had a few drinks. He kept trying to get you alone on the balcony. I stayed close because something felt off. When you went to the bathroom, he told me he was going to make his move that night. But nothing happened. Because I literally didn't leave your side the rest of the night. And then 2 weeks later, you started posting photos with him. She nodded at me. He's been bitter ever since. The pieces clicked into place. The timeline. The escalating hostility. The possessiveness disguised as protection. My girlfriend looked at me. What do we do? We document everything, I said. Every message, every time he shows up, every fake profile. We build a case. Her sister grinned. I like him. Documentation was easier than expected. Her best friend kept self-destructing. After the anonymous email stunt at my girlfriend's work, which went nowhere because she's actually good at her job and had nothing to hide, he tried to go after me. Suddenly, my boss got an email claiming I'd been using company equipment for personal projects. Also false. Also easily disproven. Also clearly from the same kind of anonymous email account. My boss called me in, showed me the email, and asked, "Do you have a crazy ex or something?" Girlfriend's obsessed best friend who got rejected twice and can't handle that she's happy with someone else. Ah, the classic. Want me to forward this to our legal team? This is harassment. I said yes. Our company lawyer sent a cease and desist letter to the email address. It bounced back, but we had documentation. Meanwhile, my girlfriend's friend group was imploding. Once the screenshots of her best friend's group chat messages got out, people started taking sides. Her college roommate confronted him directly. "Dude, you've been lying about him for months. Why would we believe anything you say now?" I wasn't lying. I was trying to protect her. From what? Being happy? Having a healthy relationship? Not being with you? He apparently lost it. Started yelling about how he'd been there for her through everything, how he deserved a chance, how it was supposed to be them. Her roommate recorded it, sent it to the group chat. Even the people who'd been neutral turned on him after that. But he still wasn't done. This is where it gets actually messed up. My girlfriend got a letter at our apartment, official looking. Final notice of debt collection for $4,300 for a credit card she'd never opened. She freaked out, called the credit card company. Fraud. Someone had opened an account in her name 6 months ago. The purchases? All at places her best friend had told her about. Restaurants he'd recommended. Stores he'd mentioned. Even a gym membership at the place he works out. We filed a police report. The detective asked if we had any idea who might have done it. Her ex-best friend, I said. He has access to her personal information from when they were roommates. Social security number, birth date, mother's maiden name. All that stuff was on shared documents for their apartment lease back in college. Can you prove he did it? Not yet. But the pattern of purchases matches his recommendations, and the timing lines up with when she started pulling away from him. The detective said they'd investigate. 2 days later, her best friend showed up at our apartment building, buzzed up, claiming he had something important to tell her. She didn't let him up, talked through the intercom. "The police called me," he said, voice shaking. "About a credit card? This is insane. I would never—" "You have my social security number," she said. "You have my birth date. You know my mother's maiden name. And somehow a card got opened in my name with charges at all the places you told me about? That's coincidence." Is it? Is the anonymous emails coincidence too? The showing up everywhere we go? The messages to my friends calling him controlling and abusive when he's been nothing but patient with your garbage? I'm trying to save you from making a mistake. The only mistake I made was not cutting you off 2 years ago when he told me you'd been rejected twice and I thought it didn't matter because we were just friends. Silence. You know what the worst part is? She continued. I trusted you. For 8 years I trusted you. And you used all of that trust, all of that history, to try to destroy the healthiest relationship I've ever had because you couldn't handle that I didn't want you. I love you. No, you don't. You love the idea of me. You love what you think I represent. But you don't actually care about me or my happiness. If you did, you'd be happy I'm happy. You're not happy. He's manipulating you. I took the intercom. Buddy, I haven't said a single word to her about you that wasn't true. You did that all yourself. You turned her against me. You turned her against you by committing credit card fraud, sending fake anonymous emails to her employer and mine, creating fake social media profiles to harass us, and generally acting like a stalker. I'm not. You're on camera right now, my girlfriend said, standing outside our building, harassing us after we've asked you to stop. The police have the footage from the last 3 times you did this. You need to leave and not come back. He left. But we could hear him yelling in the lobby about how we'd regret this. The next day, my girlfriend got a call from the detective. The credit card company had traced the IP address of the account creation, matched it to her best friend's home address. "We're pressing charges," the detective said. "Identity theft, fraud. He's looking at potential jail time." It's been 2 months since her birthday dinner. The legal stuff is still ongoing, but here's where everything stands. Her former best friend got arrested 3 weeks ago. Turns out the credit card fraud was just the beginning. When the police searched his place with a warrant, they found a folder on his computer titled "With my girlfriend's name," containing photos of her from social media going back years, including some she'd deleted, draft emails he'd never sent, ranging from love confessions to angry rants about me, a burner phone he'd used to create the fake social media profiles, receipts from a PI he'd hired to investigate me, which turned up nothing because I'm just a regular dude living my life. His lawyer tried to argue it was a misunderstanding, and he was just concerned about his friend. The prosecutor pointed to the credit card fraud, the harassment, the stalking evidence, and said this was criminal behavior, not concern. He took a plea deal: probation, mandatory counseling, restitution for the credit card charges, and a 5-year restraining order against both of us. No jail time, which honestly my girlfriend was relieved about. She didn't want to be responsible for him going to prison, even after everything. Her friend group completely imploded. Half of them apologized to her and me for not seeing the signs sooner. The other half quietly distanced themselves, probably embarrassed they'd believed his garbage for so long. Her college roommate, the one who'd confronted him, became one of our closest friends. She apologized probably 20 times for not saying something sooner. "I thought he was just being overprotective," she said over drinks at our place. "I didn't realize he was actively sabotaging you guys." "You recorded that meltdown, though," I said. That helped. Least I could do. I'm sorry it took so long. My girlfriend's family has been great. Her dad pulled me aside at their house last weekend. "I owe you an apology," he said. "I knew that kid had a thing for my daughter. I thought he'd grown out of it. I should have said something when he started acting like a jerk to you. You didn't know it was that bad. Still, you handled it better than I would have. Most guys would have punched him." "Thought about it," I admitted. "But that would have made me the bad guy in the story. Better to let him destroy himself," he laughed. "Smart man." The relationship between my girlfriend and me went through some rough patches during all this. There were arguments about why she didn't stand up for me sooner, why she dismissed his behavior for so long, whether she'd actually valued our relationship as much as she valued that friendship. We did couples counseling for a few weeks. She was dealing with a lot: betrayal from someone she'd trusted for 8 years, guilt over not protecting me from his harassment, anger at herself for being so blind. But we worked through it. She's been making genuine effort to prioritize us, to set boundaries with friends, to listen when I say something doesn't feel right instead of dismissing it. Last week, one of her friends from the group forwarded her a message. Her former best friend had apparently created a new social media account, violating his probation, and was posting vague things about betrayal and fake friends and the one that got away. She reported it to his probation officer immediately. "I'm done protecting him," she said. "I'm done making excuses. He did this to himself." The probation officer called back 2 days later. Her former best friend's probation had been revoked for violating the restraining order and the social media ban. He's serving 60 days in county jail. Her response? "Good. As for us, we're solid. Better than solid, actually. Going through that whole situation showed me she's willing to fight for us when it matters, and it showed her that I'm not going anywhere just because things get hard. We're talking about getting engaged next year. Her sister already told me she'll help me pick out a ring when the time comes." "Just don't propose at a group dinner," she said, laughing. "We've had enough drama at those." Fair point. Looking back, the crazy thing is how obvious it all was. Her best friend never got over being rejected, never moved on, built up this entire fantasy where if he just waited long enough, proved himself enough, made everyone else look bad enough, she'd finally choose him. But that's not how life works. That's not how people work. You can't manufacture feelings. You can't manipulate someone into loving you. All he did was destroy an 8-year friendship and earn himself a criminal record. Meanwhile, I'm here, in our apartment, with our cat, planning our future, living the life he wanted but could never have because he couldn't accept a simple no. Someone asked me if I felt bad for him. Honestly, not really. Feel bad for my girlfriend who lost someone she considered family. Feel bad for his parents who have to deal with the fallout. But him? He made his choices. Every step of the way, he chose to escalate instead of move on. Chose to hurt her to get to me. Chose to break the law because he couldn't handle rejection. Those are his consequences to live with. My girlfriend asked me the other night why I never lost my cool through all of it. Why I stayed calm when he was actively trying to destroy my life. Because getting angry would have made it about me and him, I said. But it was never about me and him. It was about you choosing your own life, your own happiness. I just had to trust that eventually you'd see who actually cared about you and who was just performing care to manipulate you. She cried. Good tears, though. Then she said something I'll never forget. You know what the difference between you and him is? You trusted me to make my own choice. He tried to make it for me. That's really what it came down to. Respect. Trust. Actual love versus possessive obsession. 2 years later, we're still here. He's not. And honestly, that feels like the only ending this story could have had. To anyone dealing with something similar, whether it's a jealous friend, an ex who won't move on, or anyone trying to sabotage your relationship from the outside, document everything, trust your gut, and let them destroy themselves. People who genuinely care about you will show it through support, not sabotage. The ones who need to tear down your relationship to feel important aren't your friends. They're obstacles pretending to be allies. Cut them out. Move on. Be happy despite them. That's the best revenge there is. And yeah, we're planning the engagement for spring. Her former best friend can enjoy county jail while I enjoy the rest of my life with someone who finally sees me clearly. Feels pretty good, not gonna lie.